why is it that the maybe you can give me more on this because I just don't know. The rules of engagement seem to be stricter for our military who are in war zones, or that we're at war. The rules of engagement seem to make sense to elaborate on that. As accountability goes, are the rules of engagement? What are they for military? And what does accountability look like if
Well, the rules of engagement, they change. They change all the time. They change with presidents. They change situation or area of operation. General rule of thumb is do not fire on if it's just a regular gun. But now, if it's a capture kill mission, that's completely different. And I'll tell you what generally dictates rules of engagement are where you're operating. So if you're operating in an environment where it is extremely hot, and it is known that it's extremely heavy Taliban or Al Qaeda or ISIS or whoever the fucking threat of the year is, um, those ROEs get loosened, because it is so fucking hot. And I think that's what people don't understand about that. That's where I'm definitely going to take the police officers back is, I'm sorry, but responding to a well-to-do, wealthy neighborhood with a fucking low crime rate like Franklin, Tennessee, you don't have to fucking, worry about what's going on. Now, you go into every fucking morning I turn the news on. There is another murder. At least one. Every morning. That's what I drink my coffee. I want to see who's murdered in Antioch yesterday morning. Now, if you're a police officer responding to an incident in fucking Antioch, guess what? You're a little more amped up, aren't you? Because the fucking crime rate is through the roof there. Because nobody can seem to get a handle on it. Now, people are gonna, when you're stressed, and you're under pressure like that, and maybe your life is under duress, you don't have time to sit there and wait it out. You have to react to save your fucking life. And the bad thing about now is now they have even more pressure on them because they're under public scrutiny. So not only chop their legs off,
ready to deploy.
Taking Bravo. More scrutiny. By talking about
enemy at the center.
We're holding Bravo.
Throwing grenade.
And decision-making process becomes even more difficult. They're already stressed. They want to do the right thing. I honestly believe the majority of police officers want they want to do good. Yeah, of course, they're fucking bad apples. I've seen them. They're all over.
Holding two, we have the advantage.
But as a police officer, you have to.
What happened to him? Where did he go? Of course.
You can't backseat quarterback every single fucking incident that happens. You just can't do it. And at the beginning of this, I was asking for percentages. When we were talking about the BLM protests, only 5% of BLM protests went violent. I want to know the facts on how many police incidents like that. I'll bet you it's less than 1%. I'll bet you it's less than 1%.
kind of
Those are
interactions
pretty
like
good fucking numbers.
with all civilians and the whole of the country?
I'll bet it's less than 1%.
I think it's kind of difficult to compare compared to the Black Lives Matter protests because those are an isolated movement versus the day-to-day policing of civilians that we've had in this country for,
Need backup at Bravo.
gosh, I guess nearly 100 years now. But you know, still on the rules of engagement. I understand, especially, you know, with
We've lost
that
Bravo.
the rules of engagement are going to change depending on where you're operating. But regardless, if you fuck up, if you break that rule of engagement, whatever it is and wherever it is the system lenient for our armed forces? My understanding is not.
No, it's not lenient.
And the reason you don't see that in the military is because the accountability system is so stringent that people know if you fuck up even a little bit, you're going to be breaking them rocks in Leavenworth. So, do you think they're being constant?
You're in Bravo.
That factor to why casualties directly, at least in gunfights, are low compared.
We've lost Bravo.
You know, the police are operating in America, in their home turf, where they live. They're certainly not following the rules of engagements of, you know, don't fire unless fired upon.
Securing
especially
Bravo.
with, you know, I would of those 1,348 people that were killed by police, 55 of them are armed. That data is only backed by the FBI.
Knock it down!
Shield turret ready to deploy.
What happens to an unarmed person?
I mean, that depends, you know. Osama bin Laden wasn't armed.
Assist your team at Bravo.
Put it maybe in a
We've got two objectives.
situation
Lock
of
it
being a
down.
traffic stop. You know,
Hostiles at
sure
Bravo.
may have stopped some people in a vehicle in Iraq, you know, wherever. I'm sure that may have happened.
There are times when you fucking kill them.
We're taking Bravo.
And the consequences for that are
That always happens. Now, let me give you a scenario. So, you're familiar with car bombs. If I have a sign, I have friends that have been, tons of friends that have been killed by fucking car bombs.
Losing B.
You can't tell if it's a bomb. There's certain trucks on Toyota Corolla or the taxi or something because but if you have a fucking sign out and you have a translator yelling, you know, hey, don't fucking come any closer or you will be shot. There were signs everywhere. If you come within 100 meters
Securing
of this
Bravo.
vehicle, you will be shot. And you have some fucking guy
Bravo
who
secure.
ignores all of those warnings and is hauling ass at your vehicle, and it fits the exact profile of a fucking suicide vehicle-borne ID.
Assist your team at
bomber,
Bravo.
you know, then you're going to fucking shoot him. He's coming at you. He's gonna blow your ass
Bravo.
up. Now, sometimes there were no.
Shield turret ready to deploy.
I got
Am I fucked up?
no, and the
Or
reason,
should I have taken the chance and go, well, boys, this guy isn't paying attention to the signs, he's not paying attention to the verbal warnings, so let's just see how this pans out. If he gets here and hits the
Securing
button,
Bravo.
we're all fucking dead.
We're holding Bravo.
Alright, here he comes. Hopefully this isn't one, or do you fucking shoot him? Gave him a verbal, gave him a warning, not to mention he's got
Hostiles
lasers
taking
on his
Bravo.
fucking chest, he has guns pointed directly at him before
Bravo.
there's a shooting, right? Why would anybody be driving towards a fucking vehicle that says, do not come within 100 feet or you will be shot? And a verbal.
Securing
And
B.
people are throwing
Throwing
rocks. And people are throwing water bombs. And he has lasers on him. And he has guns pointed
We're holding
at him.
Bravo.
Would you, like, maybe assume that that's a fucking bomb that's getting ready to blow up?
Reloading.
Guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna kill that
Flash
fucker.
out!
Because it probably is a bomb. Now, there have been times where it wasn't a problem. But what am I supposed to do? Jeopardize my fucking life because this guy can't fucking look at the context of what's about to
Changing
happen.
men.
You know, and then there's the argument, well, you can't read. Okay, well,
Shot
there's a
down
fucking
by
problem.
9mm
And
damn
the
carbine
biggest sign
rifle.
that's
I'm so
universal.
tired of
No
this.
matter where you're at
This
in the
game's
world,
about to go in the
Got two
there's
trash.
a gun pointed at your fucking head. You know that probably isn't a good idea to proceed. Right?
They're doing nothing,
So,
just
there
sitting
are
back here,
situations
looking into
where
the abyss of
people
nothing,
die,
instead of actually moving forward.
you know, because of
They're not doing anything. They're not mounting any pressure. They're not dictating the pace. No, nothing.
The context
They're just sitting back and not even looking in the right direction.
Where the guy was shot in the back, walked into his car where he may have had a weapon. That's totally different.
Wait for your...
Enormous restraint.
And this idiot now is dead because he couldn't wait.
War zones where they don't kill people is incredible. That they're not home. They're in a place where people are here to fight the war.
Team, I just don't know what they're doing.
Protect and serve their
I have no backup. No one's doing anything.
protect and serve. Now, Kenosha, let's tell me the facts. Other than he was shot in the back, what were they responding to?
They were responding to
Why are you on top of a roof? I don't know.
The guy didn't have
Because I want to silhouette myself, that's why. I want to silhouette myself and get shot. I mean, shot in the face. I want to win a dumb prize, a stupid prize.
sexual battery.
What is sexual battery? You know what
It's
that
a
is?
lower degree of sexual assault.
Okay, so you sexually assaulted somebody in his past, and you're responding to a domestic violence. Okay.
Smash out!
They'll see through the smoke and pop me anyway.
I don't know every single detail, but there was an altercation.
There's no one here with that.
The police. He
Reloading!
seemed like he was attempting to flee, and by police testimony, they thought that he may have been killing more weapons without. They opened fire and shot him at the time. Before getting to the vehicle. That, by precedent, it actually happened in Knoxville. 2-3 years ago, we got one suspect who was unarmed. You cannot shoot. One, you can't shoot unarmed people. You can't shoot fleeing subjects. You can't do it. It's by court precedent. That's what the law has said. So,
Wrong. You can.
looking at that situation, it's all with the contrast to
Like
things are military
they can. It just depends on the
with what you
situation.
just described.
Especially if you're talking
A lot
about
of one
Reloading!
go lead. Police have
I'm telling you, bro. They hit me while I was behind the cover, but I can't shoot through the cover. Earlier, he shot right through the cover, and they keep doing that. They've done that on multiple occasions. I'm getting tired of that. No, I'm sorry. I'm tired of that. I'm not getting tired of it. I'm tired of it. If you shoot through feet of brick and wall.
Fuck up in the military.
There have been times where I've been sitting behind two different sets of walls at an angle at like 30 some degrees, 40 degrees, and I'll shoot through. And there's two walls there.
I don't think I'm thinking with or without bombs. Hey,
Reloading!
there's an investigation.
Gotta reload!
What kind of qualified?
If you do anything,
Police and civilians should have some
you could do the exact same thing that a cop does.
expectation.
He could get away with it, and you can't.
I think it is a little.
missing a lot of context with this. I really do. You know, okay.
Need backup
Now.
on Bravo.
What I want to say is, we've been reported for a domestic violence call. This is actually why they were. I'm not saying this was a good shoot, so I want to be very fucking clear on that. I'm not saying this was a good shoot, but you just beat the shit out of your girlfriend, and the cops are on the way. You know why they're on the way, right? You know why the fuck they're coming over. They're coming over because you just beat the shit out of your girlfriend. Now, they show up, and they say, get your fucking hands in the air now, and you're at gunpoint.
Flash out!
What are you gonna do?
Put my
They've
hands
got
up.
two objectives. Keep hitting them.
Right? You're not gonna go turn around and start digging in your car, are you? Because why not? They might think that you're getting a gun. And if they think their life is in danger, they are going to fucking kill you to save their own life and the life of their partner.
Securing
Which is
bed.
exactly what they should do. It's real. Now, I don't know the context clues. I don't know how far away that guy was from the vehicle. I don't know if the taser was even within effective range. Taser might not have been an option. I don't know.
And
I don't know
tasers
if
do
it
fail
is.
on many people. That does
You
happen.
know, but so, you know, being a responsible civilian,
Hostiles at Alpha. Go.
even if he did beat the shit out of his girlfriend, all I guarantee you they didn't just fucking shoot him. They probably said, stop, put your fucking hands up, get on the ground, right?
Securing Bravo.
I seriously doubt
Throwing grenade!
they just showed up and this dude just turned around and they just fucking shot him.
We're holding
I
Bravo.
guarantee you there was some kind of verbal.
Yeah, I believe there's a verbal.
Two grown men stop one man.
But
Now, with that being said, I'm not excusing that. I'm just painting a scenario.
He's not trained or anything.
You're a police officer.
Not
You're
considerable
going
size or physical strength.
to respond to a call with
Yeah.
somebody that already has assault or battery or
Get my money
sexual
back.
assault. I can't remember
Get
what
my
you're
money
talking about,
back.
but it was something with violence. And now you're responding to another
But yeah, if you get to that car and you shoot the bullet, you drive off, it's no problem.
is violence. And I'm
Yeah,
just,
now you
I'm
know
just
what
trying
I'm
to paint
saying?
you a picture that's different than, you know, what we've all seen.
But
Now,
man,
that
these
being
well-trained
said, was there a gun in the
officers
car?
who we just place
I
our
don't know.
trust
Who
into,
knows?
that they
not,
they
you know,
will
it was
protect us
obviously
and
a
they
fucking
can
bad
protect
shoot.
us, which they have no
And that
duty to
sucks.
protect us.
It
That's
does.
already been
But
decided.
You do have to
Court
keep in
case
mind
after court case after
their
court
mindset
case that they have
and
no
what
duty
they're
to protect us.
responding
But
to. And
we
just
just
like
keep
what
believing
Travis
it. Oh
House
yeah,
was
they're
saying,
here to
you know,
serve
or-
and protect us.
I mean,
Yep, that's their jobs.
1 minute he's in the middle of the street getting his face beat in, you know, by a fucking criminal, and then 2 minutes, or not 2 minutes, 5 minutes later, after that one's done, he's responding to a call of a lady with a fucking smoke detector, and she's all pissed off because he's in a bad mood. But what she doesn't see is he was literally fighting for his fucking life in the fucking street 5 minutes prior to responding to that call. You know, and
Well, that's just too bad. You
No
chose to
human
work in that profession. You chose that
can-
job.
can
You
be
understand? Well, you should understand
to
that it's
overcome
very
that.
stressful. You shouldn't do certain
we're
things.
not supposed to.
I have a
to
certain
deal with that
job
kind of
where
shit
it
as
can be
human
stressful
beings.
at times, and it can get on my nerves.
think
But
that-
you know what I got to do? I got to just
would you
deal with
agree
it.
with the sentiment
I
that
can't get mad, disrespect
could be
people,
for a lot
cuss
of reasons,
people out,
training
treat them
being
like
probably
dirt.
the bulk of it,
Get a-
and
you can't do
accountability,
that.
I think, being another part of it.
Yeah, big difference between my
But
job
our
and theirs.
military
But that's the reason
does
why.
seem to be
One of the
in a
reasons why.
situation
Nah, it actually ain't one of the reasons why. But
I mean, you
I didn't take
you
the job.
served, so I wouldn't know.
Thought about
And
being a cop.
honestly, a lot of that
Yep.
information,
Nope.
Domination.
the nitty gritty of the like
Capture and defend the
not, we
objectives.
don't hear about it. So we can't find anything on it.
Securing
But
Alpha.
I haven't read any
Alpha secure.
mass. You know, there was.
Enemy at the compound.
There's
This
that-
is like comparing apples to oranges, though. You know,
Is it?
I'm a fucking SEAL. I've had millions and millions of
Bravo,
dollars worth of
stand by.
training. Shit, it takes 3 years worth of training just to get out the fucking door and be able to even go to war and serve your country, serving in a unit like I served in. You know? Now, if, you know,
Assist your team at B.
and I'm fortunate enough to be able to, you know, to have served in that capacity, but I don't think that we can spend, $5 million training every street cop out there. So that's why I'm saying it's a little bit different. We can't even get these guys ammo to fucking train to get proficient with their guns. These guys are, a lot of these guys, they're paying for their own training out of their pocket. A really good cop is paying for his own fucking training out of his pocket. And we all
That's
know
one of the reasons why we shouldn't say that. Well, only
Shield
cops.
turret ready to
I don't
deploy.
think the government should have
fucking
guns.
up the training budget.
They're not the great
And-
shots that you think they are.
and I do
They're
think
not that
it goes
proficient
back
with
to
firearms as you think. They don't have that good of
George
tactics
Floyd,
as you think.
case,
Enemy at the tire
the
shop.
Kenosha case, like, yeah,
They just
those
simply use
guys on the ground
people's
definitely need
willingness to
help.
comply in overwhelming force.
Fucking
If you,
is the politicians
if they have to do
overseeing
a
their different departments.
they have to clear a structure, and they perceive that they think that maybe there's 4 people in there. What are they gonna do?
I think that
We're gonna
the
bring like
budgets
24
are-
guys in full
they've actually
kit
continued to grow,
to do it.
especially here in
Are
Tennessee.
4 guys gonna be
They
able
do
to
spend it
go
on
against
things like
Sweeney's
NASCAR,
4
years ago,
guys in
bought a
full kit who
mine-resistant vehicle.
maybe have a surprise on them?
A mine-resistant vehicle.
Because what is the name of the game? It's
Downtown fucking Nashville.
Enemy at the tire
Quick
shop.
Speed, Surprise, and Violence of Action.
And so I think you've got, you've got
Losing
police
B.
unions that are systemically just too powerful.
Police are not as effective as people think that
They're
they
not
are.
able to fire back officers.
In
Not
the
able to
war
do
and
it.
firearms.
I watched the body
tactics and
cam
things
footage
like that.
myself. There was a police officer in Sevier County,
Reloading.
small county, low crime rate county.
Enemy at the
my mother
courtyard.
covered this story. He was there to serve
she'd wait for me,
an arrest warrant.
Kinda gonna need
on
help.
somebody who's there in the courtyard. The failure to appear.
Did you just get shot? Was that the sound of you getting shot in the
walks out his
face
front door with
and
a
me
cell
sitting
phone
Back up at
in his
Alpha.
hand.
in the footsteps of mine about to follow
Cops
you?
start shooting. Thankfully, nobody dies.
I got a
He
feeling
misses.
I'm gonna follow you.
On body cam, has a panic attack. Drops his gun, has a panic attack.
I'm about to
EMTs
follow you
show
into the
up.
underworld.
He's having a
to the
panic
afterlife,
attack.
huh?
They give
Assist
him back
the
his
team at
gun,
Alpha.
and he continues on, and it's a bad situation. But everybody
don't
leaves
like that
alive,
dust
thankfully.
kicking
But Sevier County was
We've lost
unable to
Alpha.
fire that police officer, and turns out he had been fired from 2 other
Enemy at
departments
the courtyard.
coming to Sevier County. So police, because of police unions, what they've lobbied for, police departments are not reliable to report that they fired officers or the conduct. That's why bad officers get into some of these departments. It's very easy to do. So, I do think the problem is systemic.
Securing Alpha.
For sure. I think it's not just cops are bad. I think that's a gross,
Enemy at the
simplification
warehouse.
of it.
Captain Alpha.
Things like defund police and shit have to be done. But
Target down!
I do understand him on that. I do understand where the terminology comes from,
Hostiles
because
are taking
Enemy at
Alpha.
the courtyard.
the goal of defunding police is actually to redirect these overinflated
Reloading.
police budgets into community policing, and I think mental health is something that is.
Somebody should probably
Police
go
are
clear
hard,
that.
Yeah,
And I'm just saying, it'd be a good idea to clear that. Get points. It makes it harder for them to actually fully clear it, to capture it.
And
Makes more time that they have to
as we've
spend in
seen,
it first.
historically,
I'm
that's how
just
shit
saying,
gets
be a good
violent.
idea.
If they don't
Be a
comply,
good
that's
idea.
when the police have to use some type of force, and unfortunately, sometimes that leads to lethal force.
Lead back
But
to
I
Bravo.
think this moves on to your point: is that do you think we do ask too much to the police? Do you think they're spread too thin for what they're
Hostiles
trained
I
to
think they shouldn't be used for a lot of things. And I wish people would stop calling the cops for every little thing.
To where it needs to go.
In my opinion, unless you must call
I hate
them,
the word
do not
defund,
call
but I
them.
think there are things that we could do that would. You're never going to have anything
Bravo.
good in Kentucky.
Enemy at the warehouse.
They're there
Hostiles at Bravo,
to
go.
enforce the law. And if you're breaking the law, you're going to have an encounter with a cop. That's just
We've
the
lost
fucking way
B.
it is. Nobody has
Police
good
are there
experiences
to
with
gather
police.
evidence
Very
against
few.
you, taken, put you in jail. So a
But,
district attorney can
I
basically
think
destroy you in the
budget needs to be
courtroom.
Redirected
Take
to where
away
it needs
your,
to go.
uh,
I think there are
your
things
freedom.
that we could do to minimize
Police are there to
exposure.
make arrests,
police.
hand out
Securing
citations,
Bravo.
summons.
People have, different St. Louis, traffic cameras, you know.
Shield
You
turret
don't want
ready
to deal
to
with the
deploy.
cops? Okay.
You're
This is not your friend.
Fucking
Stop
cameras
thinking
on
that
the
they're
red lights, we're gonna
They're
put
not.
speed traps on. Oh, ticket. Guess what?
Enemy at the warehouse.
That doesn't fit the fucking agenda. So we can't have that.
Right,
So what do we have to
man.
do? We have to bring all the fucking cops back to be able to, right, you know, basically turn them into meter
Securing
maids.
B.
Oh, you got a speeding ticket. Oh, you ran a red light. And then now we have a ton of interaction.
They shouldn't
It
be there to
doesn't
do
even
that.
need to happen
That's basically becoming a
because
tax
We
collector.
as civilians
Didn't the
just
British
fucking
do
threw
that?
a temper tantrum because we got to pay a
Hostiles
$50
attacking Bravo.
fucking red light ticket
Please tell me
because
this area is
we
clear.
ran a red light and there's a
Enemy at the
picture
warehouse.
of our car running a red light.
You're needed at B.
So we've tried that and nobody wanted it, you know. And now you see what I'm saying? Though? I mean,
If you increase the amount of, you know,
Look, the more police that you have, the less freedom you're gonna have.
Got two objectives.
But at the same time, in certain capacities, you're gonna be, and what did I say? It just is what it is.
because there's just
You
more
can't have everything. Anything in life. You have to,
Ready to deploy.
I don't know what the heck they were doing on it. They just basically let us
that's
shoot
kind of, I
them.
think, where I agree with you. I think it's the worst fucking
You just let him shoot me.
phrase they could have
Bravo
gone with,
secure.
but redirecting the budgets
It's-
and auditing
Give
them,
and take it,
frankly.
everything.
Because there's waste from our defense department. We know
Enemy at the warehouse.
We lost
there's
Bravo.
waste there. There's waste in our police budgets. There's waste in our city budgets. We're really fucking I don't know why. I got a friend who's
Target
it's
down!
a little off topic, but I had a friend who part of the National Guard, and before their budgets roll over,
We're on
he
Bravo.
had to go out with his unit and shoot fucking bullets into the ground,
We've got Bravo.
get rid of ammunition, so their budget wouldn't get, they didn't have a surplus, they get cut. Thousands and thousands of dollars of ammunition.
Enemy at the
It's
crossbar.
fucking waste.
yeah.
Losing
So
Bravo.
I think I look at it more like let's audit this shit.
We're halfway there. Keep
Let's
fighting.
see where really like that department buying night vision in
We
a
lost
metropolitan
Bravo.
city probably
Enemy
waste
at the
of time.
Yeah,
It's absolutely
$10,000
fucking
nods. Yeah,
And I
I
think
think you're
that
right.
money
Reloading!
go to
what they could have done instead of buy every member of the SWAT team fucking
Taking
night
fire!
vision
Shield turret ready to deploy.
$10,000 is gone white light and give everyone that fucking thing that they could receive. All you guys like these guys like Ronin
Got two
Tactics.
objectives. Keep it.
There's a ton of them.
Securing
Now,
Bravo.
Mike Glover,
Taking fire!
Fieldcraft. And these are guys who are operating at the fucking pinnacle of
We captured Bravo.
tactics,
Reloading!
of entering houses, clearing rooms.
Assist your team,
And,
Bravo.
you know, they could have done that. They could have used that budget for those fucking night vision
Hostiles at
goggles and put it into the training and done white light, which would be better anyways, considering, I don't know any cities that have zero power or anybody that
You're in a
cuts
major
the power
metropolitan
where they go.
area. I don't think you're gonna
And
have
you operate
that many
faster
low
on
light
white light
conditions.
anyways.
Enemy at the
Yeah,
warehouse.
maybe they
do that. I
want to
think
cut
where there's
ours
a
or something.
breakdown is
I'm not
because
a-
we've been at war for
I've never
almost
served in
20
the military
years.
or a long time for their what they do.
Starting to see they for some
I've
fucking
never been in law
reason
enforcement
They've got
or
two
military
objectives.
stuff. I don't know. I'm just
Bravo.
assuming
are comparing
I'm making
police to
guesses.
military too fucking much. It's completely different.
from the knowledge that I
They
have
don't
of
need- they're seeing what
being a
we
person
use,
who
and
really
they
likes
think
it.
they need.
Pretty cool.
Target down!
And they do not need that. They're not fucking operators. They're police officers who are supposed to protect the law.
Good shot.
And I
Reloading.
think,
Reloading!
I do,
Enemy at the warehouse.
the vast majority of law enforcement does that very well. Now, yes, there are fucking bad apples.
We're taking Bravo.
And we've seen that. But I think,
Enemy at the courtyard.
I think redirecting budgets
Bravo,
to where
go.
they need to be with the bullshit. We're not in fucking Canada, we're here.
Reloading.
We're in the U.S. We don't need a lot of that
Hostiles
shit.
at
What we
Bravo.
need is fucking training.
And
Enemy at the warehouse.
as far as and accountability, we need fucking accountability. Not just at the lowest level. If an officer shoots somebody in the back, and that person dies, and that was a bad shooter, and there is no
You
excuse
can shoot
for
somebody
it.
in the back as
Sometimes
well.
there
There's
is
a stick on
Reloading!
the situation.
Sorry, but there is. But if there was no excuse for it,
Yeah, if there's no excuse for it, like
more
you're
people
saying.
need to be held accountable than that one particular officer. Fucking. They need to dig into his background, like the one guy, you know, fired from that many fucking departments. Why was that? Why can't they run a background check on whoever does the hiring? Maybe they need. Why is the mayor not overseeing? Fucking people, right? But that's not happening. Sorry. Put your fucking hands up.
Stupid computer.
Already, you know, or get shot. You know, people we are
An
human.
excuse. There's an excuse.
Shit, when the cop comes up, you know, put your fucking hand. CCW. Just want to let you know. Pants. Or you want me to get my fucking insurance out of there.
On that specific instance, we saw Philando Castro, that very thing, and it's on tape where he's at. And when going for his wallet,
Take him back.
in the car, and his wife sitting next to him. That cop is not in jail. So the account desperately.
Enemy at the courtyard.
I want to talk more about accountability.
That's what y'all want.
You had
Nope,
said,
y'all
you know,
push left.
you went through millions of dollars of training,
Mm.
and it took you.
Warehouse.
It's gonna take you 3 years
That door.
from joining the military
Look at
at
that
a
door.
minimum to get out the door and go fight.
Area.
2.5 years.
Reloading!
Okay.
Taking Charlie.
Well,
Grenade out!
training, then we invest very much. We need to. Our
Securing
police
Alpha.
not so much. Florida, the 70 hours. By contrast, to be a licensed interior designer in Florida, license.
We captured Charlie.
California,
Taking
high
fire!
crime place, 600
Bodies.
hours.
Need more people to continue
North
with their
Carolina.
power. Slow that down by
1,500 hours to become a licensed
creating
We as
more
a society
prerequisites.
Courtyard.
and
Two objectives. Lock
don't
it
be
down.
like we're damn sure I know that type of something that they don't know anything.
I'm gonna make that shot with a pistol and
Our it does
go. There we go.
anybody
Two
on
objectives. Securing Alpha.
that's fucking
I mean,
Stand by.
but
Captured Alpha.
you know it's gonna have to
Enemy in
happen.
the courtyard.
Securing B.
How many hours
Losing
did you
Charlie.
say?
North Carolina, 620
Losing
hours.
A.
Fucking hours.
We hold all the objectives.
Get worse.
Target down. Lost C.
And then we're gonna defund them more. And it's fucking hours.
He's got a point there.
And it's gonna get even worse. You're gonna have to give
Day's
them money.
done. You're not.
If you
On
want,
Guys,
you
them
get
and make
what
them
you
accountable
fucking
for
pay.
war, and they're trying to instill a warrior's mindset onto the
You're
officers.
gonna get
And basically,
Shit,
who are they?
that's a problem.
Who are they seeing on the daily basis? Who are they dealing with?
Budgets.
Regular
I mean,
civilians.
the
They're not in a war zone.
state
They've been
police
told they're in a
budget
war zone, and they're not.
for North Carolina, where it takes 600 and
They know they're not also being
20
hunted.
hours to become a
You
cop.
can't. It's stupid.
Their budget in 2019. There's a few
I
line
don't want to do that
items
again.
here
No, I
on
don't
the
want to do that
government's
again
website,
because it's annoying.
but it's
Came that
several
close.
billion
Then just to
dollars.
lose.
So I don't think it's a matter of that the money's not there. I think the money is being just like
Matter of
with
fact, now
anything,
I want my revenge.
just not being used very well.
yeah.
And I mean, that just kind of seems to come with the territory of being an American sometimes. You know, it's just, the money, it seems to be in few hands, and I think a lot of it's going into unnecessary gear. A lot of it's going to settlements. A lot of it's going to their fuck-ups. So
Yeah, of course, a
the
lot of
public
it's
can
going
actually
to a
save
bunch of
themselves
unnecessary
money
gear.
by
I've been in the
investing in more training. And I don't think it's
police
also just a
stations
matter of,
where they were
as
showing us their
let me know what you
armory.
think here.
I'm like, dude,
It's not just
what do you
more
like,
training by
y'all tell us
frequency,
what do
it's
we
also
need these guns for, but
comprehensive and
then you have all of
quality
the stuff that
training.
you
I mean,
don't
I'm not a
need
cop, I've
for.
never been
I mean,
through the
why do
police
you have an
training, but
MRAP
most of the guys
You
I
have
went to
2
high school
murders
with
per
are
year
cops
in
now,
your
and I can tell you,
in your
they're not very
area?
bright.
You have an MRAP. I don't get
So,
that. I really
I
don't.
don't think
I don't understand that
policing
at all.
in general, as it stands,
Who are you going to
attracts
use it on?
a model citizen. It's not a fun job. It's a low-paying job. But also,
That
do
also
you
is
think power
nonsense.
dynamic is
It
a
can be a
problem?
low-paying
You think
job.
it's
Domination.
just
It
the very nature
depends.
of being a police officer?
Capturing
I know
the
officers that make
objectives.
over
Do I think
$100,000
that
a
the
year,
power
and they're
can
regular
go down?
officers. They're
Sure,
not chiefs or
absolutely.
anything, and they
I
do it through
absolutely
overtime.
believe
They
that.
a lot by
Anybody that
overtime.
doesn't
Enemy
can
in the
watch
warehouse.
fucking John Brad.
You stop enough people at a certain time before your shift ends, man, you can carry that shift on
Shield turret
forever.
ready to
Man, every
deploy.
time you gotta go into court,
Solution,
that's
you know.
overtime. Man, please spare me with it. It's a low-paying job.
Hold ahead. We're needed an Alpha.
They need more and better training.
Reloading!
Losing A.
They need stricter accountability, and we can talk more about that. And
Tear gas out!
I think we need getting, you know,
Try to bait
to be a
him.
Navy SEAL. That was
Holding
not
two, we
an
have
easy
the
selection
advantage.
process. You had to prove yourself through very demanding
Enemy
training.
in the tire shop.
I don't think we do as much there with the police in terms of that they'll take anybody really. You know, in some states, and that doesn't disqualify you from becoming a police officer. Which that makes no fucking sense. I personally, I kind of get that because people do make mistakes. You know, they might want to better themselves, but regardless, I think. So yeah, more training, accountability. We need to have higher standards when we're hiring. And if we find a bad cop, we need to be able to fire them and not have to file cases in arbitration while
Thought that was a teammate.
Gotta
public is
reload.
paying
Ooh, we're gonna
for
make a
it
push for C. Nope, it's an enemy.
because they've got a big ass police union behind them. Qualified immunity is a really,
Come on, come on, come
in its
on.
essence, I think, was a good thing. Like, you know, it essentially protected that the police were performing within the line of their job. But
Enemy at the junkyard.
it's come down to cops seem to be getting, and I think that's why you see. I don't think
Losing B.
over 10,000 registrations in all 50 states
Back alley.
if there wasn't a problem.
We're on Alpha, stand by.
Because, you know, on one hand, we can't say that, like, especially, you know, my age group
Got
and
out.
generation, like, we're all fucking lazy and don't have the resolve to get any work done. But on the other hand, they're this, like,
Enemy at the
shadow
warehouse.
of all fucking, like,
Who
really
needed a beat?
violent protesters that are just there to incite violence.
Needed an Alpha.
I participate in some of the protests. Peaceful ones. And I can honestly tell you that what we see on the news, what I have seen from my sister being a public defender and listening to her cases,
We've got
mother
two
being
objectives.
reported,
Lock it down.
the cops fuck unnecessarily. And not just murder, you know, but we've been talking about police
Who's
killing
an A?
people. You know, police brutality does extend beyond that. So, you know,
That's just not
George
smart.
Floyd was a prime case
Who
of that.
says I'm
Like,
smart?
and in fact, Minneapolis had outlawed that very tactic of I think it's called the cortoid hold. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but chokeholds and those things have been outlawed in many states, including this one. But they're still they're used. If someone dies, there's a lawsuit, and the public pays our taxes, but the police face no criminal charges. Do you think the police? I guess my question on the accountability side is, you know, you maybe not to name them specifically, but you say there have been cases in the last years where police have been under the microscope where criminal charges weren't brought but probably should have been. I know if I shot someone in the back under any fucking circumstance, I'm going to prison.
Pretty much.
It'd take one hell of a defense attorney to get me out of that.
Hostiles at Bravo.
Yes, I do. You know, I agree with you. Now, at the same time,
Enemy at the warehouse.
once again, there are shoot somebody in the back where it's fucking and
Bravo
I'm
secure.
gonna bring up that I think it was Atlanta that guy got shot at McDonald's or some shit.
Wendy's, yeah, I saw
He
that.
took a fucking weapon out of a police officer's belt.
Losing B.
Right there. You're done.
Yeah, you do that. Yeah, that's
You
not a
don't
smart
think that
move.
fucking guy didn't know better?
Hostiles at Bravo.
Weapon
Enemy at the
out of
compound.
the police officer's fucking belt. And then, yeah, he did. He got shot in the back. Did he get shot in the back? Okay, well,
I'm
if I'm running away, and I
I'm not
turn
going that
like
way
this and point the gun at you,
Come on.
and you shoot me in the fucking back, is that a justified shoot?
According to court precedent, now I can only speak on the court cases that I personally reviewed. My sister, that's one.
We're on
Guy
Bravo.
broke
Stand
into
by.
her
You're
client's
stupid.
house,
That's why you got shot.
shot at him. He returned fire as the guy was turning to flee.
Enemy
One of the
holds two
rounds hit him in the
objectives.
shoulder.
Take them back.
Her client is now in prison
We're
for
on
attempted
Bravo.
murder.
Stand by.
Convicted.
Bravo
That's the
secure.
law.
Do you think that's right?
No. No. Instance, no. But if we're not going to extend that, if the law will not extend that to civilians,
If I'm sitting right here and I pull a gun out of my pants and I go like this and I look this way and I start shooting at you, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to shoot you.
You're gonna fucking kill me, aren't you?
Enemy at the warehouse.
And I would go to jail, more than likely.
Maybe not. But I'm just saying, that's a fucking justified shoot.
I
We're
agree.
holding two.
But
Get the
it seems
advantage.
that the law does
Hostiles are taking Bravo.
civilians
Enemy at the tire shop.
in similar situations the same
We lost
benefit
Bravo.
as it does the police.
That's bullshit, man. That, you know, it's not right.
And I think that's where a lot of the hate comes from.
But, you know,
And that guy in the Wendy's, I gotta say, I agree with you there, but the dude did shoot a taser at the time. Does that justify murder?
fuck yeah, it does.
Really?
Now, what if he would have fucking hit him with a taser, and now he's on the ground incapacitated, and then he takes the gun out of his belt and
got
fucking
two
kills him with
objectives.
that
Keep
while
hitting
he's
them.
tasing the guy.
Got a
Some would
point.
say that's the
Which
job.
is obvious.
There is no fucking way in hell
Hmm.
I am going to let somebody take a fucking
Exactly. You
weapon
can take
out
my
of my
taser
belt,
and then shoot me?
shoot me with it.
We're halfway there. Keep fighting.
Take my taser,
You know what I mean?
shoot me
That-
with the taser,
no way.
and take my gun,
Part
shoot
of the
me?
job
Nah,
is to give your
listen.
life
Securing
away
Bravo.
for fucking $30,000 a year.
That is the oath that they take. That is what
Not
they
to get
sign up
shot.
for. And that's
It's
the thing,
not
is I
the
think-
oath that they take
nobody
right
signs
there.
up.
No.
And I think that's where
What part of the oath says that?
Securing Bravo.
that's different for each city.
Enemy at the compound.
I think that's where some of the disconnect.
I don't even give a shit about the oath, so I want to hear you actually say that.
So
I want to hear you say, I'm going to pull a taser out of your fucking belt.
Enemy at the courtyard.
I'm going to shoot you with it, and you're going to sit there and take it, and hope that I don't take the gun out of your belt and fucking kill you with it while you're on the ground. Because I'm
from the
You're not
perspective,
going to defend yourself because that's part of the job.
from the perspective of that I'm a police officer, or from the perspective of a civilian.
Either one.
From a civilian standpoint,
Reloading.
I can't honestly say because I think what I would do in the moment. I don't know.
Taking Bravo.
Things you stated, adrenaline and having to make split decisions.
No, you don't let someone take your taser, then possibly
I
take
think
your
where the
gun and
disconnect
then
comes
shoot
from.
you.
And this may just be a matter of a younger generation having to learn some hard truths, and that being, police have been idolized in our culture. Since I've been a kid, there are movies about them.
Reloading.
There's so much entertainment surrounding them, and the reason they have and have had so much backing from the public is because, and same with the military, they're going to do the job that no one else has the fucking job to do,
Target down.
and they're going to do the hard thing and the right thing, and it may cost them their lives. That is why we
I don't know about all that, but okay.
social
Shield
contract
turret ready to
that they're
deploy.
I'm hit.
We're on
they're
Charlie. Stand
enforcing.
by.
When the people that we look at to enforce the law, even in the most dire circumstances,
Enemy in the junkyard.
so the social
Target
contract
down.
breaks down, and there is no
Reloading.
rule of law anymore.
I want to go back though.
Let's go back.
Grenade out!
So you would let somebody tase you. You would let somebody take a weapon out of your belt.
Enemy at the compound.
Pass it to the point where you are
Target down.
defend yourself. Possible that take another weapon out of your belt. Fucking no. Because that's the job.
Putting myself in that
Or
trying.
would you fucking kill that person who's trying to kill you?
Reloading.
Come on, push. Punch this win.
I don't think that seeing a guy run away from me,
Enemy at the compound.
pointing at the taser at me,
Grenade out!
he's trying to kill me. He's trying to kill me. And my partner's right there. It's not an easy
Taking
situation.
Bravo.
He yanked a weapon out of your
A
belt.
fucking taser, Sean. A fucking taser.
We're holding
Do
Bravo.
you know what happens when you get tased?
I've been tased. It
You can't
sucks.
fucking move.
Hostiles at Bravo. Go.
It's weird because police say they fail often and don't stop most people.
I'm not gonna take that fucking chance. Not a
Come on.
chance in hell.
Enemy at the warehouse.
See, I mean, this is an interesting point because I think it.
We're holding two. We have
Especially
the
people like me,
advantage.
we have a different opinion on what we should expect
Hold ahead.
from our men and women law enforcement. And my
Reloading. Hostiles are taking
expectations
Bravo.
may be unrealistic. They may be. But the law, the thing that they're supposed to enforce, it says you cannot shoot someone in the back. The court precedent has held that,
I don't know where it
Over
says that,
and
dude.
over again.
I have not read that.
and until it's overturned, that's the
I
fucking
think that's
law.
just your perception. I don't know where
Marijuana
you
is
read
legal
that.
in
If
many
I'm wrong,
states.
then
It's
that's
illegal
fine.
here. It's the court precedent.
Enemy at the
That's the way the law works.
Shield turret ready to deploy.
It sucks, but that's the law.
It depends on the circumstance.
I think that's hard to ignore. I mean, you're
mean,
a
if
police
you
officer.
rob a bank
You're here to enforce the law.
with
You're
a
not
gun,
there to die because
You
somebody
shoot at
fucking
people.
shot.
then you take off in a car. You run
How do
down
you
the
know
street in that car. You slam into
And
things.
where's the fucking
The
accountability for the
car is
civilian?
destroyed. You jump out of the car. You run away. Your back is
Why
towards
did
the
he
cop.
fucking take a
You telling me he
taser
can't shoot you in the back?
out of a fucking
No, he
officer's belt?
can shoot you in the back.
He stole a weapon out of an officer's fucking belt.
Even
Oh,
if
no,
you
I mean,
even if you
where's
don't even
that
have a gun in your hand
Like,
at that moment,
everybody
he
seems to
still can
skip
shoot you
over
in the
that.
back because you presented
I do
yourself
think
as a
that is
threat
fair.
to the public.
And what I would
He
say
can
to that
shoot you.
is a couple things.
I don't even like police, but yeah, you can't
One,
lie
the guy
on
was
them.
fucking super toxic. You know
Target
that.
down.
enemy at the courtyard.
Two, just the benefit that you said earlier, you know, without making
But he can see through it, right? He can see through it.
You don't want to That's a kill. Are you going to defend yourself against
It's
the
just
cops? You
nonsense.
don't feel like you fucking want to go with it? Yeah, probably. So the same adrenaline and the same split, second decision making, I think that becomes kind of a primal thing at that point. I can't give you a good I'm not going to I'm not defending the guy. I mean, he made a decision, and that decision costed him his life.
That's right, it did. He made a fucking decision, and it cost him his life. And if you think that grabbing a gun out of an officer's or a taser, which looks exactly like a gun with a belt, out of a fucking officer's belt, and try to shoot him is a good decision, I mean, that's fucking Darwinism, if you ask me.
Yeah.
It's definitely not an intelligent move.
Securing Charlie.
I am not going to allow you to kill me
And hold
because
all the
of the fucking law that says I can't shoot you in the back when you're shooting at me.
Not
a
even
chance.
true. Can't.
And
He
I don't think
can't.
you would either.
But here's and yes, you're right. You are right.
Get down.
But the problem there is that accountability,
You're needed at Charlie.
and we've
Keep
seen
fighting.
this
We
with
got
civilians.
this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take that fucking chance, and I am gonna fucking kill you.
We've lost
But I
Charlie.
will. But that choice that I made will more than likely land me in prison. For the police, it doesn't. That accountability.
Alright, gotta head on out.
Hardball, well earned.
Enemy at the tire shop.
Well,
It
I
doesn't.
mean, I think the only fucked up thing is that you would wind up in prison. Because you should not wind up in prison if that were the case.
There.
You are simply defending your fucking life.
Well, I think it is kind of. I mean, and you know this from being